Today we're going to be looking at what I did last week in my bullet journal and then setting up for this week, but it's going to be a little bit different as well. So today's video is going to be very similar to what I usually do in a bullet journal update, but you'll notice this is going up today, Monday, instead of Thursday as usual. And the reason for that is that this week I am doing a plan as you go series so that I can show you how I actually plan over the course of a week. So earlier I did my plan with me where I planned in my Erin Condren, how I do that at the beginning of the week, and now I'm going to do this bullet journal. And then for the rest of the week, every day's update will have both because that's what I use every day. I just didn't want to do one super long ass video. I figured I'd do two separate videos for the actual setup. But before I actually get set up, let's look at this last week and kind of see what I've done so far. So I've been in the process of catching up. I think I've just given up on doing any of my habit tracking this month because I'm just so overwhelmed and whatever. So I think I might just redo all of this spread for November and give it a try again. But it's just with losing almost 2 weeks to the fire and everything else, my brain's just not in it. Now this page was going to be my sadness diet page, but then I decided because my husband and I have been trying to make time to just sit and snuggle in the evenings. We've been catching up on TV shows that we thought we would want to watch. Stranger Things is on here because we wanted to get through the first season before the second season comes out on this week, I guess. And then I had read the book Big Little Lies on the plane on my way to Seattle, and so that seemed like a fun show to watch. And then the Menendez murders because we're both freaking obsessed with true crime. So I created this as a page to track the shows we're watching in October. Now originally I was gonna, and I don't even know if you can see, you probably can't see it through here, I was gonna try and draw the logos of each show really big, and I was working on the Stranger Things logo and I mismeasured, and it would have been like Stra things or whatever. And so I was like, okay, whatever. So I cut this piece of paper out, put it on top, and then lettered. And I was like, that looks fancy enough as it is. I have not caught up on my doodle challenge yet, and I have not caught up on Inktober. These are still at the 6th, which was right before things really hit the fan here. And I am going to catch up on those this week. If you would like to see a time lapse of me catching up on these, check out my Instagram at Llama Letters. I put one up already for catching up with the Lettering Every Damn Day challenge, and I'll do the same when I catch up on these two challenges. I just haven't had the chance to do it yet. Speaking of which, as you can see, I caught up here, and then I'll flip forward to these two pages, and here are all of the ones that I caught up on. I feel like I didn't maybe spend as much time as I usually do, but whatever. I got my lettering in, and the one I really enjoy kind of is getting the blood on the axe for Annie Wilkes, maybe drawing this like Jaws, and then Me Gold coin from Leprechaun. Give me gold. But whatever. That I really like that movie. The one with Jennifer Aniston in it. So then here is my bullet journal for the week. I did not do any bullet journaling on Saturday or Sunday when it came to tasks. I just didn't have time. Most of my day on both days, as you can see here, was taken up with church shit. I just had a lot going on this weekend and didn't even want to sit down with it, but I did get through Friday, and I put this piece of washi here in the middle to cover up a mistake I made, but I think it turned out kind of cute. I'm kind of liking this kind of like style, although this week there is so much going on and so many things I have to keep track of that I may be trying like a day on one page or in that kind of realm of possibility, but we'll figure it out, won't we? Here's my time tracking for the week. As you can see, I really did get some time with my husband, which has been a goal of ours, is to actually, even if it's just sitting on the couch snuggling and watching TV, that's more than we've been able to get from each other for a while now because we've both been so busy. And you can see that this week was lousy with church. That's what this kind of aqua color is, and it's pretty much all over the place. And that's going to be the case for a while because I'm board president and my church has a lot going on. Here's my Two Llamas Love Lettering Every Damn Day. And then the other thing that I did in my bullet journal this last week was on Saturday, one of my big churchy as fuck blocks was to go to a board development day. We worked on trust and role clarity and expectations. So as a board, we can work with the minister. As a board, we can work with each other and then build it with our congregation. So I took a bunch of notes. I felt kind of fancy. People were kind of glancing at my notes like, oh, look at that fancy thing she's doing. But I took a bunch of notes here and all the way to here. And I left myself some space because I actually want to sit and think about the other next steps we want to take. But I just like having them in here, and I actually went and put the notes in my index so that I can reference them later. And you'll see here I also crossed off I had ahead of time put sadness diet in for that page, and this is what happens when I assume, right? So I crossed it out for the TV tracker for October. And that is how much I have bullet journaled in the last week. So this is kind of how far I'm getting with pages for a few weeks in October. I don't know. I'm not really sure how to think about that. Well, I guess we'll see what happens, won't we? So what I need to put in next is my weekly tracker, my time tracker, and my work kind of build out that I'm doing. Though part of me, I'm not really necessarily using that. Like I thought I would use that, and like I listed things out, but honestly, it's really not doing much for me. So I may not actually do that this time. Maybe I'll try something else. I'm going to still put my time tracker here, and then I think I'm going to have my little time tracker key here, and then, which I'm thinking about doing a different thing with like a fold out, but sometimes I like to adjust my key as time goes on, so I don't know if I want to do anything like that. And then maybe just have a priorities list, like the things I need to get done this week. I think that's what I'm going to do. This is an experiment, man. It's a work in progress. I'm making a decision right now. I think this week, I'm using microns in my planner. I think this week I'm going to go and try the Tombow mono drawing pens again in my bullet journal, because I haven't tried it in the Scribbles That Matter yet. So I'm going to start with that. So I'm going to do my cheesy way of managing my time tracker is to hold the page forward like this and make my marks as needed so that I can not have to do as much counting, because counting is the spice of bad. I'm trying to draw my double lines around here to make it look like I didn't screw up, and I'm just making it look more screwed up. Guess I'm gonna have to do that around the time tracker now too, to sort of make everything look kind of together. I don't need it to look perfect, even though part of me is always like, oh, why doesn't it look more perfect? But instead, I am just gonna live with it. So I'm gonna make a little line right here. This is my priority list. So before I fill that in though, I am going to draw in my key. Grab my mild liners out. This week I am going to be not changing any of my categories, I don't think. So I don't know if I'm gonna actually list them off this time or not, because I do it in every video. And if you're curious, I guess maybe I'll just zoom in and you can see what I'm doing for my categories. You can always ask questions in the comments. Rather than put a header up here, I'm going to use some of this silver whatever ghost. I don't think you can get it anymore. I think it's sold out and Simply Gilded, but these little ghosts, I used it earlier and it's just so damn cute. I want to try and use some of it as much as I can. I haven't quite thought through what else I'm going to be putting like here if I change how I do it, but for now I'm just going to leave it as is, and then down here I'm going to put like a little kind of header for the page. I'm not necessarily thrilled with how this is looking, but I don't know, I'll figure it out. All right, now I'm gonna actually list my priorities for the week. Now, how do I figure out my priorities for the week? Well, this is a new system on how I'm doing this, but the reason I know I have specific priorities this week is because there's a lot of shit going on this week that I have to do. And I'm making these little check boxes. As you can tell with my tiny writing, I can generally put in a lot of shit. And I am trying to avoid like not having too many top priorities for a week, because then that'll just get you all like screwed up. The other thing I don't usually show when I'm doing a bullet journal setup for the week, but I will show right now, is then I usually take in and I fill in the time tracking for what I hadn't done yet, because I usually do this on Monday mornings when I have time to film. So I'm going to fill in my time tracking for so far today. I generally don't fill in every hour on the hour. As you'll see throughout the week, I sort of fill in chunks as I get a chance to open it up and look at it. So here is my weekly spread, and now I'm going to go in and add my lettering every damn day, which once again I'm going to use my lazy method of getting this drawn out. Lazy AF up in this business. I'm gonna start my bullet journal for the day. I think I want to use some more of this ghost washi tape. I wonder if I can stack these. And I got a hair stuck to it to make it look cute. I really just want to use a lot of this up before Halloween. I mean, it's nothing stopping me. Like, I can use ghost and candy washi tape whenever I want to, but you know, this is when it's like seasonally accurate. I'm just gonna slap this puppy right over the top and a little in. There we go. Nice and artistic as fuck. Whoops. Making a mess. Okay, we'll come back to it. Let's smooth y'all down. I just love Simply Gilded washi tape. I am a fangirl, not gonna lie. So I'm gonna try something a little different. I'm gonna try and be a little bit more expansive. Like in my previous bullet journal, I was trying to scrunch in as much as possible to fit it in. And here I've been like making it tiny and shrinky-like, but I think I wanna try and go a little bit bigger. I guess I'm gonna draw a little banner in. Maybe that'll make me more inspired. Let's find out. Part of me feels like if I start doing this kind of more frou-frou shit, I'm just gonna get tired of it a little faster. And if you're interested in a like easy like banners for beginners video, just let me know in the comments and I will see what I can do. But I don't know, I just want to mix it up and see if there's anything that might catch my fancy, you know? Like, I am sort of a two-way person when it comes to this shit. Like, I tend to either be very stuck in my own rut or like feel bored AF. So I don't know if this is gonna make me feel like I have like overdone it or if this is gonna make me feel more good about myself. I guess time will tell. Oh, am I gonna put the weather on here? I don't know. I don't think I'm gonna put the weather on here. I don't think I need to. I work with my Erin Condren and putting the weather in was kind of a way to fill shit in, but honestly, I don't need it. Then I'm gonna put next to it top priorities. That's what I used to do under my, or maybe like right here is my top priorities for the day. I'm just trying to try like a different layout. So my top priorities for the day are sending in my board report and letter, because the deadline is today, getting a hold of the consultant, and the fire relief application. So I'm just gonna write top 3 right here because I haven't done that yet. So I'm doing that. Let me zoom in so you can see kind of an idea of what I've been doing. Over here, little bullet journal. All right, so this is where I'm at for my top 3 for the day. I suppose I should just start making my to-do list because that's how I use my bullet journal, generally speaking, is as a to-do list. So I know I need to wash my sheets and do regular laundry. I need to go to the grocery store. I have the 2 videos I want to get up today. So there's the plan with me and the Bujo. I'll do them separately. So the way I like to list my videos, if I'm going to do it all in one day, is to film, edit, do the metadata, and post. If I do them all in one day, that's kind of my workflow. And so I'm going to do the second one here for this video that I'm actually filming right at this moment. And I can cross this off because I've already filmed my plan with me. I also need to do my Patreon content post where I give them a sneak peek of what's coming this week. And I need to do Llama's Love Lettering Group ads because I haven't done that in a while. So I'm putting some exclamation points there because I've just been so busy and trying to catch up on everything. And then I'm gonna add over here, I need to catch up on church emails. I have a shit ton of them. I have to update my phone. Puke. I hate updating my phone. It's always so stressful as to whether or not my phone is going to explode. And that's kind of my to-do list for the day. There's so much more I could be doing today, but I don't think I'm going to actually get through any of it. So I want to try and be realistic with what I can do. So this is how I set up my day. I usually, once I have gotten this in with where I'm at, then I will go and I will fill in everything that I intend to get done that day. Often I will turn and do my challenges at the same time. So you'll see that in the next couple of days. But for right now, for the sake of brevity on this video, I think I'm just gonna leave it here. And then tomorrow you'll get to see a better idea of how I use my planner and my Erin Condren planner and this bullet journal in tandem with each other. I am feeling really hopeful about getting back on the horse. I'm getting there. I am little by little catching up on my life. It has been a hell of a month so far, and if I can just get out of October with all of my parts intact and my children intact, I think I will have figured it out. I am curious though, for those of you who bullet journal, do you do like a day on a page? What is your usual daily bullet journaling look like? Is it a full page? Is it just a little chunk? Do you do like little squished in like this, or do you give yourself space to kind of flourish? Or do you do a weekly spread, which I don't plan on doing because it's way too much fucking work? Let me know down in the comments. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you next time.